So yeah, my name is Susanne. I'm product owner at Linda, a software company here in the Netherlands. I would actually like to go over my mentorship together with my mentor Wessel, who really perfectly guided me. Is this working, or do I need to use the mouse? Yeah. Oh, it's okay, it's fine. Yeah, I can just click. Okay, what is the reason actually why I signed up for this mentorship? As I mentioned, I'm a product owner, but well, if we go back in time, I actually studied communications, something completely different than being a product owner or working with developers. And at some point I was introduced to a technical company, and I felt like I was working more and more closely with the development team instead of actually focusing on any communications. And then fast forward, I ended up working at Linda. And I felt like we didn't focus enough on the users. I felt like I was missing some social aspect within my work. I mean, I was working 24/7 behind a computer. I was not even going outside. I know it's bad, I now know. But yeah, we definitely made some changes within the company, and I also felt more and more need in myself to explore this field and also dive into this UX term, whatever that might be, because when I joined this meetup, I was like, okay, what can I expect? So we had to sign up for this mentorship, and I was asked to insert what I actually wanted to learn from this. And I thought, okay, first of all, I want to bring in the social aspect from my work. And second of all, I was the only product owner at Linda, and I was missing some guidance, someone who I could talk to. I do have another colleague who is now joining me in the product team, but she's also not as experienced as I was hoping. I was really looking for something senior, and also, as mentioned before, getting that more social part within my work. So then I met Wessel, and he introduced me this amazing theoretical double diamond, and I liked it a lot because it really gave me insights on what actually UX entails and what can all get involved into the process. So he was asking me, okay, UX is quite a broad term. What actually is it that you wanted to focus on? I mean, it's quite ambitious to have all of this done within 3 months. That's not going to work. So I was like, okay, well, I mentioned that I want to have this more social aspect within work. So I wanted to do more research on the first part. So more focusing on the why. Why is it that people are using certain products? What kind of problems do they currently experience? And I then thought, okay, I need to come up with certain goals to actually focus on this part of the double diamond. Unfortunately, I was speaking to my manager, and I mentioned him about me joining this mentorship program, and I also wanted to, everything that I learned apply to my actual work. And then he said, well, it's very nice that you're extending your knowledge, but it might be more helpful for you as well to focus more on the second part of this diagram. And in specific, the last part of this diagram, because then you can actually apply what you're learning on the product that we're currently developing. Sidestep, we're developing an MVP. I won't go into detail, but we were in an early stage, which would help me to actually apply all the learnings directly on the product that we are developing. So it was a little bit of a hassle starting this project, because I had to rewrite my goals together with Wessel. He helped me a lot. That I needed to switch focus within this project. Well, from that moment on, I set up my goals. So first of all, I wanted to do something about how to deliver the right solution for the problem that we had defined with the new product that we were developing. And also I wanted to make sure that whenever this product is being developed, I'm keeping track of, is it still solving the right problem? And of course, I wanted to extend my knowledge about UX, as I said. It was completely new to me. So we covered some topics, and I just randomly mentioned some of them. So first of all, I was asked to write a test plan. Well, we did testing already at that moment, but I didn't officially write a test plan yet. So we were creating prototypes, we were showing them to people, and he taught me, okay, it might be wise to first focus on what you actually want to achieve with those tests. What is it that you actually want to get from all these tests and get insights? So I had to learn and write a certain plan. Well, next to this, we did some prototype testing. But how to test? How many people do you need to ask? When do you actually are able to say, okay, these are our findings and these cover all the needs of our users? Well, I learned that whenever you are finding a pattern, once you tested it and you receive feedback, you can say that that's actually what you need to change or what's actually good when developing a certain project. Well, as mentioned as well, I'm really focusing on launching an MVP. So even though it doesn't relate that much to this UX mentorship program, I really like the fact that I could talk to someone who is helping me from outside our company, what his experiences are with launching an MVP, what you actually need to do, what kind of projects around it can be done, how can you streamline communication internally but also externally, how are you receiving feedback from people that are going to use it. So that for me was really insightful as well. Also some in-depth advice. We went into some certain details of this project. I mean, for example, error handling, how to do this within the platform, testing this again with users, making sure that the error handling is done friendly, so users won't be, frightened by using our product. And last but not least, he also sent me a lot of interesting articles. I was reading the Design of Everyday Things book. When I read it in the train, someone came to me and said, "Oh, you're into UX, I can recommend you a podcast." I haven't listened to it yet, but it's 99% invisible. So, okay, well, thanks. But that's also what I really like, getting interaction, and I still have so much to learn, but and also to read. But this was one of the things that I also did during this mentorship program. And then the only challenge I had during this mentorship program was actually the fact that I was working full time, and of course I was also lucky of applying certain learnings from myself to the actual work that I had to execute. But on the other hand, I am a product owner, which has different responsibilities than a UX designer. And sometimes I felt the struggle of keeping focus on the project, but also doing my normal work. And how to combine this, how to do all the reading, etc. So for me, that was the challenge that I experienced. But if that's pretty much it, then it was a really cool mentorship to do. And that was my experience from the mentorship program.